everyone. My name is Cheon Hak Kwon. I'm a poet. It is so nice to meet you virtually. Briefly about myself, I'm from South Korea and I have published 12 collections of Korean poetry, 3 poetry books translated into English and 1 into Japanese. Literature is by no means a field of study for myself or on my own. I believe that it should be able to contribute to society and mankind. I believe that it is even more necessary in difficult times like these days. Therefore, I would like to share my literature with you as a tool for creating understanding and healing. I believe that the 21st century, which is when the era of being able to live to 100 began, is the age of the elderly. I'd like to propose to the old generation living in the age of the elderly that we try to age without growing old. So, what should we do to keep from growing old? I'd like to suggest that we will all try to learn and to create something positive and pass it on to others. Today, in this part 1 of this session, I'm going to talk about learning. Right now, we are experiencing a pandemic. We have been struggling with COVID for over 2 years. Aging combined with the fear of the pandemic are putting the elderly through a double hardship. Here is a gift of one of my poems to you. Suspected infection. Blue Jay, was it you? Achoo! Early in the morning, a cough broke out. I quickly covered my mouth and looked around. After the news that the virus was circulating, I even breathed cautiously through the branches of conifer trees in the backyard. A single blue feather flew by. It was quiet. I felt relieved. On-time morning TV news. They said there was a person who coughed this morning. It pricked my conscience. Who put on a rumor about my morning cough? Blue feathers among the branches of conifer trees? Oh, Blue Jay, was it you? How was that? This poem is a part of a series that I wrote on the theme of the coronavirus epidemic that we are experiencing right now. Do you remember what happened last spring when the virus took over? Now, let's talk about today's topic, learning. Elderly people in Korea have a saying, last year was one thing and this year is another. I think you will all agree. Aging comes upon us so quickly. I have always believed that there is no such thing as a free lunch. But aging comes to us without any effort. So I realized that the only thing that I didn't want and didn't try for I got for free. That's aging. Thanks to science and medicine, we can live at least 20 to 30 years longer now than older people in the past. That means that much of time has been given to us for free. Have you ever wondered how to use this time you got for free? If you live sick and unhealthy, that free time means nothing. Both body and mind must be healthy. Otherwise, the time you got will be ruined by resentment and frustration. Physical health can be maintained by walking or moderate stretching, but mental health cannot be guaranteed. The reality is that Alzheimer's disease is becoming a common topic of discussion for people all over the world. To have a healthy brain, you need to learn things. It keeps your thoughts from getting older and keeps you from growing old. The age of longevity does not mean that everyone lives a long life for free. You need to prepare for it. That's why I strongly encourage you to learn things. The goal is not necessarily to become an expert on something or make money. The goal is to make one's final days worthwhile by taking advantage of extended leisure time. Learning is to use the latest communication devices such as cell phones and electronic devices is also part of studying. Taking hobbies that you could not do in the past for whatever reasons, such as drawing, singing, or traveling, is also part of learning. Acquiring knowledge of the humanities, such as history, geography, and foreign language, can be also great learning. All of them need a place to do it and take money, time, stamina, and patience. Also, you can't ignore your own tastes. Among them, I recommend writing. I think among the various requirements we just mentioned, writing is easiest because all you need is a pen and a paper. I'm mainly writing modern poetry, but now in the Korean-Canadian community, I am teaching how to write the traditional Korean form of poetry known as SIJO. SIJO is a unique form of Korean poetry. It is 3-line poems. The first 2 lines are in a 3-4-3-4 grouping pattern of syllables. The last line is in a 3-5-4-3 grouping pattern of syllables. People find it difficult and unfamiliar at first, but they get used to it and enjoy it. It can also be written in English. In the United States, Even some young English speakers are taking a challenge. Recently, several studies have been published that show that writing, especially writing a SIJO, can have an excellent effect on dementia. While you indulge in the fun finding the right words, your brain will fight dementia. For those of you who enjoy crossword puzzles, I recommend writing a SIJO in English. Or if you do not have a special talent for literature, then I recommend general creative writing. For example, writing in a diary, writing a letter, etc. I'd like to suggest the ideas of writing a story about meeting with a friend, writing a letter to wife or husband after a quarrel, or speaking your heart through a letter. Try to pick up writing again that you may have stopped doing since your school days. If it develops, you too can take the challenge of writing a SIJO. When the mind and body are healthy, dementia can be prevented and we can meet again, right? Here, I will read one of my poems for you. Together until that day. Without me and without you, we don't exist. Without you and without me, there is no world. A day of hope. No matter how much they tell us it will come, is of no use without you and without me. The finish line is right there. Until that day comes, let's endure it together, you and I. When the day of hope comes, let's port to the day of hope, holding hands, you and I. How was that? Growing does not grow old. The moment you don't try something new, you get caught up in the rush of aging. Don't grow old, grow yourself. Again, I'd like to recommend this to you all. Let's not grow old even if we are aging. Let's learn. I wish all of us good health, so we can be together until that hoped for day. Okay? Thank you so much for listening.